What if your future already exists inside the thoughts you repeat every day? Most people wake up and immediately think the same thoughts they thought yesterday, the same worries, the same fears, the same emotional memories. And because those thoughts stay the same, their behaviors stay the same, their choices stay the same, their life stays the same. But here's the dangerous part. The brain does not clearly distinguish between experiences happening externally and experiences repeatedly rehearsed internally, which means your thoughts are constantly shaping your brain, whether you realize it or not. When you repeatedly think about something, the brain activates neural circuits related to that experience. The more those circuits fire, the stronger they become. This means mental rehearsal changes the brain. Athletes use this. Musicians use this. High performers use this. By repeatedly imagining actions mentally, the brain begins wiring itself as if the experience is real, because neurons that fire together wire together, which means your inner world is constantly training your nervous system. If you constantly rehearse fear, the brain strengthens fear. If you constantly rehearse failure, the brain strengthens limitation. But if you intentionally rehearse new possibilities, the brain begins changing too. Most people unknowingly use mental rehearsal against themselves. They repeatedly imagine failure, rejection, embarrassment, stress, worst-case scenarios, again and again. And every repetition strengthens those emotional patterns neurologically. Over time, the brain becomes conditioned to expect those experiences. The body emotionally responds as if the imagined future is already real, which means many people are physically conditioning themselves into anxiety and limitation daily without realizing it. The subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotional intensity. Whatever is repeated consistently becomes familiar, and whatever becomes familiar begins operating automatically. This is how identities form. People repeatedly think the same thoughts until those thoughts become beliefs. Then the beliefs shape behavior, and behavior shapes reality. Eventually, people stop questioning the patterns running them, because repetition makes conditioning feel normal. If you want a different future, you cannot emotionally remain the same person. You must begin thinking beyond your current conditioning, beyond your current environment, beyond your past emotional habits. Because the brain changes when exposed to new patterns repeatedly. The moment you intentionally rehearse new ways of thinking, new emotional states, new behaviors, you begin installing a different future neurologically. At first, it feels unnatural, because the old identity fights to survive. But repetition slowly rewires the mind. Right now, your thoughts are shaping your brain, your emotions are shaping your body, and your repeated mental patterns are shaping your future. Most people never realize this, so they unconsciously rehearse the same limitations for years. But the moment you consciously choose what you repeatedly think, imagine, and emotionally reinforce, you begin changing who you become. Because the future often belongs to the people courageous enough to think beyond the identity they were conditioned to repeat.